Welcome to the Rich Report, a podcast with news and information on high performance computing. Today, my guest is from the HPC AI Advisory Council. We have the chairman, Gilad Shaner. Gilad, welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much, Rich. How are you?
Oh, great, great. Here doing a virtual conference for the Stanford, and we thought we'd get an overview from you here. Gilad, thanks for coming on. I've got your slides up. Why don't we start there and go through this overview of the council?
Sure, and thank you very much for the opportunity to do that, Rich. So the HPC AI Advisory Council is a non-profit organization that was established in 2008, so 12 years ago, for the mission of increasing high-performance computing knowledge, usage, education, be able to explore new technologies, be able to develop new capabilities, enhance software, and things of that sort. The organization or the council today includes more than 400 member companies, universities, research centers, and so forth. Pretty much everyone who's in the high performance computing world. The council is managing multiple activities or doing multiple activities, which I'll show you in the coming slides. And again, with the mission to increase knowledge and education around HPC and AI, definitely foster more courses and things that students can leverage in order to get better familiar, to build a new generation of scientists and researchers and professionals, and definitely help people to leverage from the capabilities of high performance computing to do the amazing things that HPC enables people to do. My job within the council, more or less, is to put all the members' logos on a single slide. And it's not an easy task, as you can probably see. So, we have more than 400 member companies and organizations. Memberships is free. And we do encourage everyone in the area of HPC and AI to join the council. That will enable them a much closer access to the activities that the council is doing, much closer access to the compute capabilities that the council is hosting and providing access for free for applications development, for benchmarking, for testing, for qualifications, and for development, as well as much closer access to the other activities that the council is managing, such as student cluster competitions, conferences, and more. Last year, we actually started to put more effort on that community and building that community, which is called HPC Works. The motivation behind building the community is to bring more information or to publish more information on how to do everything or anything, how to build an infrastructure, how to optimize, how to take a variety of applications from different areas of research and simulations, how to install those applications, how to optimize the applications, what's the effect of different things, and so forth. And we drive more and more information, more and more knowledge into that community, which is growing. And we do encourage anyone that first is trying to make the first steps in the HPC world and to bring HPC capabilities into product development or research or simulations and so forth. But also for people that are part of the HPC community and they're looking into ways to improve their performance of the system, the efficiency of the application, to understand the effects of different CPUs or different networking technologies or different storage or different compilers or different MPIs and so forth. So we wanted to make that information more accessible, drive more information, and that was the reason or mission behind enabling or creating the HPC Works community. Part of the HPC Works community, obviously, is to create best practices on different kind of applications or benchmarks. We have posted hundreds of best practices to date, which covers a huge variety of applications from different sides of the market, of the HPC market. If it's an HPC or weather or bioscience or chemistry and so forth. You can see here the list of applications that include or are included in the publications of the HPC AI Advisory Council. Each application typically includes multiple best practices that touch or cover different kind of CPU technologies or network technologies or compiler technologies or MPI, as I mentioned before. And people can actually look into history of compute capabilities and then looking into the leading edge generations of technologies and what's the impact on those applications and how to optimize it and so forth. This is something that the council is continue to update every time, and I do encourage folks to actually go and look what's published. Lot of the best practices were used as part of the many scientific and research papers that were published as references for performance or as references for environment setting and so forth. This year in 2020, it's definitely an interesting year, as we all know. We had some plans for 2020, which we did in 2019, and had to be modified due to the COVID-19 situation. We did plan to have a conference in Switzerland in early April, which unfortunately we had to cancel. The conference that the HPC AI Advisory Council is managing in Stanford, together with Stanford University, that was planned to be physically in Stanford. That conference is now being done online. So we didn't want to cancel another conference, so we have managed to run it as an online conference for 2 days. And we hope that people will be able to enjoy the material. We have very good collections of speakers and presentations from the different sides of the HPC and AI technologies, from infrastructures to applications to technology. And we do encourage people to join us for the online conference. The other conferences that are planned for now for the second half of the year, we're still holding those. And we do hope that by then travel will resume and people will be able to be there physically. Obviously, if we need those conferences can also move to being online conferences, but we do hope to resume the regular activities. So after the April conference together with Stanford, our next conference is going to be done together with in Australia with NCI, NCI and with POSI support. That will be done in September. And then in October, we do plan to have a conference in the UK together with the University of Leicester. And later the year, we have 2 other activities in China. Another thing that we're doing is managing student cluster competitions. And this year, due to the change in plans for the International Supercomputing Conference in Germany, we have switched the ISC student cluster competition to be an online one. The other competition that the council is managing, which is a regional competition in APAC, that we include around 20 to 30 teams from around 9 or 10 countries in APAC. That competition is online, so there was no need to do a change. But for the competition we're managing at Germany, we have moved that from a physical competition done at the conference to be an online competition. Both competitions will utilize the supercomputing resources that are located at National Supercomputing Center in Singapore. And we are thanking the center in Singapore for their support and help for managing those competitions. Also, due to the COVID-19 situation, we have those two competitions, or part of those two competitions, be dedicated for bioscience simulations. To applications that are being used as part of the global fight against COVID-19, and have the students be able to learn about those applications, explore those applications, and actually drive innovations that can improve those application performance. And with the innovations that we're looking to see as part of those competitions, we do plan to drive those innovations or code modification or code optimizations into the open source back to the community to help a little bit with the fight against COVID-19. The council is also participating, by the way, in the Folding at Home project and do enable the usage of the compute systems that the council manage to run the related simulations that are being used for the COVID-19 global fight when those clusters are not being used. So overall, the council continue to grow. We have more companies or universities or organizations that are joining the council every year, and we do encourage everyone in the world of HPC and AI to join the council. Again, joining has no charge, it's free of charge. And then people that join have great access to the compute systems that we have, to the activities, and obviously help us to drive those activities, as every activity of the council is basically done due to people that volunteer the time and contribute to the success of the operations.
Well, Gilad, hey, thanks for that presentation, and it's great to see the council reaching out and continuing to deliver their mission in these challenging times. So thank you once again for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much, Rich.
We'll see you later. Okay, folks, that's it for the Rich Report. Stay tuned for more news and information on high-performance computing.